Hey guys, here I am again. I just left the castle on my way to the famous neighborhood of Alfama, and maybe the biggest symbol of Alfama. This is a tribute to the biggest singer of Fado history. Fado, I'll explain soon what it is. This is Amalia Rodrigues. She is the queen of Fado and the queen of Portuguese music. Let's take a walk to Alfama then. Amalia Rodrigues was born and raised in Moraria, which is just between the castle and Alfama neighborhood. It's a very poor neighborhood, just as was Alfama back on the days. Alfama has a very unique style. We'll soon see. The buildings are not really straight. They're almost touching each other, and the gaps between the buildings are very short. And this is in the consequence as a result of the biggest earthquake that Lisbon has ever faced in the year of 1755. There was a huge earthquake which destroyed basically the whole city, almost the whole city of Lisbon. And actually Alfama was the neighborhood that survived better because it's built with the height, with the it's not plain, it's high, it's a high neighborhood, so it was a bit more protected than the other neighborhoods. Back at the time, it was, by the way, a neighborhood where Jewish community attended and seated and lived. Okay, Fado is known, as I said before, is the traditional Portuguese music. It's today's most popular music in Portugal, and it's consisted by two guitar players, okay, one regular guitar and one Portuguese guitar, which is a bit smaller and in a round shape. And the third person, of course, the star is the singer. There is a single singer, can be a male and can be a female, it doesn't really matter. And they just sing about, most of the songs are pretty much deep and emotional, they come from the heart. Therefore they can sound a bit sad, but the words are just beautiful. And this is because Fado was born in Alfama, in this neighborhood of Alfama. And it was a way of people. The people who used to live here were very poor. They didn't have any money. They didn't have any education. They were poor, and they tried to communicate between themselves, but because they didn't have the education, so they did that by singing. And then they created the Fado. Okay? Fado had its ups and downs. At some point it was in danger of extinction. It wasn't really popular like it is today back at the times, because it was a music done, it was sang by mainly prostitutes and the poor people who lived in this neighborhood of Alfama. So it wasn't well seen by the people so much back at the time. Also there was a period where the government regime was censoring the Fado. So they basically obligated people, the singers who needed to have a professional degree, a professional title of official Fado singer. The government obligated those people to write the songs in their way. They had to approve the lyrics, and just then they could release their music. As I said, Fado, most of the songs are sad, may sound sad because people were expressing their suffering, but they are very emotional, and there are few, if not to say many songs which are also happy. Just as what comes to my mind is Casa das Mariquinhas. It's a very happy song. And Cheira Bem, Cheira Lisboa, Smells Well, Smells Lisboa. It's a very happy song as well. And now as we approach the Alfama neighborhood, we can already start hearing a bit of Fado. What else? Here in Alfama, we'll soon see there are many Fado taverns, restaurants. It's the typical neighborhood to find some good Fado, as you see there. Fado Maior, it's the name of the restaurant. And we can take a glance at it. What happens here in those restaurants, they are singing live. People eat, have enjoyed their dinner, and the Fado singers just sing their song. I won't film much because otherwise they won't be really happy, but I'll stand here in the corner just as I'm waiting for a friend. So basically you saw the singer singing the melody. It's a sad song. It's a deep song. And yeah, people enjoy their meal, and the singers, which are most of the times the owners of their own restaurant and the family, it's a family business most of the times, they sing, and they also have some guest singers joining them. So once one finishes his song, the next comes in, and then the next one, the next guest, and it's a pretty much cool evening. It's a must. If you come to Lisbon, you have to do it. It will be probably the most expensive meal you have, starting from 25 euros. If you are somebody that don't really eat very expensive, but it's worth every cent, every penny. Let's enjoy a little bit. You see, the environment here is very, very nice. Couples eat. People, of course, admiring the music. It's very romantic and very nice. Yeah, let's move on. What I'll try to find is the restaurant where everything happened, this cycle of my life. It was back in 2012 that I first came here with my girlfriend to Portugal. And in the first night, we came just here to Alfama in the hope to find a very nice Fado place and enjoy dinner. And eventually we found a very nice place. You know how to recognize if the place is good. The house must be full. So we were lucky. We came in advance, and we asked the owners if they had place. They said, "Yeah, you are lucky. We had the last two. All the rest is reserved. Come, join us." And obviously we did that. We talked a little bit to them before everything started, before people came in. Very nice people. And yeah, we started with very good food, cheese and wine. Today I don't drink anymore. As I said in my previous videos, intoxication, it doesn't go together with meditation. So I stop drinking. I think it's there. Let's try there. But back on the days, drink a little bit and I say, cool, let's enjoy. Portuguese wine is really good. And I really wanted to feel also a little bit loose, you know, relaxed. And alcohol, despite not doing that job afterwards, at the moment, the feeling is of relaxation. So we were enjoying a very nice evening. Like I showed to you, people were singing. The singers were singing, people were enjoying their meal. And around 11 o'clock in the evening, they made a stop and they started to promote their CD, their disc. This is something that I really don't appreciate, to be honest, because instead of saying, guys, we have a CD, come if you want, if you're interested in buying, after the show is over, you're welcome. They just go table by table and try to force you in to buy their CD. And as I didn't like much this idea, when they approached to our table, I say, I appreciate your offer, I won't buy, but I will definitely accept it as a birthday present. My birthday was the next day, as I mentioned, the 9th of December. And at this moment, the owner told me, I can't offer you the disc, but don't worry, I'll make you a surprise. And as soon as he said, don't worry, I started worrying. I had forgotten that I didn't like to be in the center of attention. But at the same time, I like to be in the center of attention. So he said he was preparing to me a surprise. And at this moment, everything started. I started to feel the anxiety coming in and arising more and more. And as soon as time passed and they kept singing song after song, and the surprise didn't come, my expectations were growing. And I had to wait more and more and more. My anxiety just grew more and more. It was so bad, so terrible, that I had to go to the toilet in order to shake in front of the mirror for something like 5 to 10 minutes to calm myself down, until I realized that soon they are going to do the surprise for me, and I was the star of the show, so I had to go back. So I came back to the table, still shaking, and I couldn't control my anxiety anymore. At that point, I was realizing something was going wrong with me, and that was a panic attack. At that point, I didn't know what was a panic attack. Today, I know. And it became so bad, so hard, the panic attack, so strong, that suddenly my girlfriend noticed what was going on. I was shaking really bad, and she was kind of laughing in desperation. She didn't know what's going on with me. And I stayed like that until the time of the surprise arrived, and he finally announced that 2 of his guests, not only me, were having a birthday. So he just sang happy birthday to you for about 1 minute, and everything was over. I remember he offered me a shot of wine to celebrate, but I couldn't even lift the glass. I couldn't take the glass because I was so shaky. So I just refused it, paid the bill, and we went out. And in the moment we went out, I started crying. Started to cry until the next day. It may sound sad, a sad story, a difficult one, but today that I'm over it, and this has happened in Lisbon, in the same city, I feel I have closed this cycle and I'm over. I have beaten social anxiety disorder and social phobia. And I tell you, everybody that is suffering from social anxiety disorder and social phobia or any other kind of suffering, that the answer for your suffering, the solution, the cure of your suffering can be found in Vipassana meditation. So please consider this, because this has cured me, and not anybody else did, not a doctor, psychologist, psychiatrist, but me by myself. I worked hard on it. I worked on myself. I talked to my subconscious mind. I met myself. I hugged myself. I embraced myself and my subconscious mind. And this is a job that everybody can do. Everybody can do to himself, and everybody can feel better. So I really hope that this video is inspiring people and will inspire people in the future when we have some more subscribers. And please feel free to comment, to subscribe, to share. The goal here is to share to as many as more sufferers in this world, so they can cure themselves and feel better with themselves and start enjoying life day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, second by second. This is possible. It's not a lie. It is reality. It's possible. I guarantee to you guys. I'm about to finish this video. Just let me see where I am now, if I'm outside Alfama already. I really recommend you guys, if you come to Lisbon, come to Alfama, come to a Fado house. It's a really terrific experience. You will enjoy very much. Yeah, I did walk a little bit more. I just walk back so I can show you the entrance of the neighborhood. If you come from the line of the Tejo, from the river, from the Praça do Comércio, from the Commerce Square, you walk straight next to the river, and then you reach this street. The river is over there. You reach this street, and soon we're gonna be in the entrance of Alfama. By the way, very close here, it's located the Fado Museum. I haven't visited it, to be honest, but I have heard it's a very nice museum. Yeah, I'm kind of far away from Alfama now, to be honest. So guys, I'm gonna finish this video. If you keep walking here, you'll see the entrance of the neighborhood. Come to Alfama, come to Lisbon, come to Portugal, be happy. I'll see you in the next video. Much love, a lot of love. Bye bye, have a nice evening.